You win a friend in the very first breath you take with them, and you do it long before you say a single clever line. The real secret is older than any book and stronger than any argument. It begins the moment someone feels that you see them as important. Imagine walking into a room where every face is waiting to judge you. Your heart beats faster, your mind runs wild. Then one person turns to you with eyes that say, "I'm glad you are here." No words needed, no grand gesture, just a warm spark of presence that shields you like a gentle light. In that instant, you already trust them, you already like them, and you do not even know why. This is where the number one rule that wins friends begins. People want to feel significant. Dale Carnegie said it in countless ways, and every great communicator practices it, whether they make it or not. The world is crowded with people who feel unseen, unheard, and undervalued. Imagine man sitting alone at a bus stop. His shoulders slouch, his eyes drift. He has spent his whole day feeling invisible. You walk by, greet him with genuine warmth, and suddenly he straightens his back. He feels that he matters to at least one person in the world at that moment. That small spark shifts something inside him. It shifts something inside you, too. We think friendship is built on similarities or shared interests or clever jokes, but all of that comes later. The foundation is a simple psychological truth. Every human carries a still yearning to be recognized, not for achievements or status, but for existence itself. When you acknowledge someone fully, you give them what most people never receive, a moment where they stop questioning their value. Picture a young woman at her first job interview. Her hands tremble. She tries to steady her breathing. The interviewer maintains a rigid expression. She feels judged before she even sits. Then someone from the office walks in with a warm expression and says, "It is good to meet you." Instantly, the tension dissolves. Her confidence rises. She feels human again. That feeling stays with her long after the interview ends because it was not about the words. It was about the recognition. Recognition is the doorway through which every meaningful connection enters. You win people by making them feel seen. You win them by showing that they matter to you. You win them by giving attention without expecting anything in return. This is not flattery. It is not manipulation. It is sincere for another person's inner life. You simply give what you also want. Understanding, presence, appreciate. That is the seed that grows into trust. And the world notices this far more than you think. People gravitate toward the person who listens with patience. They remember the one who looks at them with calm interest instead of waiting for their own turn to speak. They feel drawn to the person who speaks softly, yet shows strong interest in their stories. When someone gives that kind of attention, it feels rare, it feels powerful, and it feels unforgettable. In every crowd, in every conversation, and in every brief exchange with a stranger, you hold a silent power. You can lift people up. You can disregard them. You can spark connection or create distance. You can become the one person in their day who made them feel alive. And when you do that, 11 people never forget it.
Imagine standing in a marketplace filled with noise and motion. Everyone is rushing past with their own problems, their own deadlines, their own silent worries. Yet in that chaos, one vendor smiles at a shy child and says, "You have a bright spark in your eyes." The child looks up, stunned. No one has ever said that before. Something inside that child grows. You witness a moment where significance travels from one soul to another. This is the kind of moment that Dale Carnegie would call a human miracle, small yet life-changing. To apply the number one rule that wins friends, you must learn the psychology of genuine interest. Most people listen only long enough to reply. Few listen long enough to understand. When someone talks about their day, their struggles, their victories, they are handing you a small part of their heart. If you handle that moment with care, you build trust faster than any compliment could achieve. Picture a young man who never felt noticed. At work, he blends into the background. No one asks about his dreams. No one remembers his birthday. Then one afternoon, a colleague asks, "How did your presentation go?" The young man lights up. Someone remembered. Someone cared. In that instant, a simple question becomes a bridge between two lives. You can be that bridge for anyone. You only need to ask. You only need to listen with sincerity. When someone speaks, do not wait for your chance to talk. Instead, let their words guide your curiosity. Let your eyes soften. Let your posture relax. Let your attention stay fully with them. People feel this. They sense the shift in energy when someone is truly present. And when they feel it, they open up naturally. There is a moment in every deep conversation when the other person feels safe enough to reveal something real, a fear, a dream, a regret. When that moment arrives, resist the urge to offer quick advice. Instead, acknowledge their feeling. Tell them you understand. Tell them their experience matters. This is how bonds are formed, not through shared hobbies, but through shared humanity. Dale Carnegie believed that influence comes from humility, not dominance. Think of a leader who demands respect from others. People obey out of fear, not loyalty. Now think of a leader who treats each person with value and interest. Their team follows them willingly, not because they are forced, but because they feel understood. And people will always walk with those who make them feel understood. Imagine sitting with a friend who is going through a difficult time. They speak with heavy pauses. They stare at the floor. Instead of rushing in with solutions, you say, "I am here." Their breathing shifts. Their shoulders loosen. Their eyes rise. In that moment, they feel held. That is what genuine connection looks like. It is slow, steady, and deeply human. To win friends, you must be able to step into someone else's world. Ask yourself, what does this person feel right now? What do they need? How can I make them feel important without saying anything grand? When you master this inner dialogue, your outer behavior becomes naturally warm and inviting. You no longer force friendliness. You become friendly. People can sense authenticity faster than any spoken words. If your attention is real, they feel safe. If your interest is real, they open their hearts. And once you open someone's heart, you win their friendship without ever needing to ask for it.
The number one rule that wins friends reaches its strongest form when you learn to shine a light on the hidden greatness inside every person. Everyone carries untold stories. Everyone holds silent victories. Everyone fights private battles. When you speak to the greatness within someone, you awaken something powerful. Imagine a quiet student who never raises his hand. He sits in the back of the classroom, believing he has nothing worth saying. One day, the teacher stops by his desk and says, "You notice things others miss." His eyes widen. A part of him awakens. For the first time, he sees value in his own mind. That single moment changes the path of his future. One genuine acknowledgement can rewrite a destiny. When you talk to someone, do not look for flaws. Look for strengths. Look for traits that make them unique. Look for the spark that they may not even notice in themselves. When you point out that spark, something inside them rises. They feel taller. They speak with more confidence. They remember your words for years. This
is the heart of Dale Carnegie's philosophy. Praise the good in people. Encourage the progress they make. Celebrate even small victories. People blossom under encouragement. They wither under criticism. Your words can be nourishment or poison. Choose nourishment. Choose warmth. Choose to help someone feel capable. You can practice this in everyday life. When a coworker organizes a meeting well, tell them their clarity helped everyone. When a sibling makes an effort, tell them their kindness mattered. When a stranger holds the door, say, "You made my day easier." These small acknowledgments add up to a powerful truth. People want to feel that they make a difference. Think of a man who spends his days doing quiet work, nothing glamorous, nothing loud. He fixes chairs, or sweeps floors, or stacks books. No one notices him. He feels small. One afternoon, someone says, "You make this place feel peaceful." He smiles with a kind of astonishment. Those words carry more value than money. They give him a sense of place, a sense of worth, a sense of being necessary. The final key is sincerity. False praise feels hollow, but genuine appreciation touches the heart. Take a moment to observe people closely. See their efforts, see their struggles, see their unique strengths. When you truly see someone, you know exactly what to appreciate. People never forget the person who made them feel valuable. They never forget the one who noticed their effort. They never forget the one who acknowledged their goodness. This is a bond deeper than conversation. It is a bond built on emotional truth. When you live by this rule, friendships form naturally. You no longer chase affection, you attract it. People feel drawn to you because being with you makes them feel more alive, more capable, more human. And when people feel that with you, they return to you again and again. This is the #1 rule that wins friends. Make people feel significant. Make them feel seen. Make them feel valued. Once you do that, you create connections that last for years. Because in a world where everyone is rushing and competing and struggling, the rarest gift is someone who sees your worth without needing you to prove it. And that gift begins with you.